Take marker, sinners review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, and
this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, subscribe to us on our Alamo City Movie Talk page. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to get notified for movie reviews like this one. But let's get right to it. Angela, we're a little late to the party, guys. By the way, guys, we saw this movie on Thursday night. We're filming on Monday. So over the weekend, I really had to contemplate my thoughts on this one a lot. But anyway, without further ado, Angela, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about one of the most marketed movies I can think of this year so far. Literally, it's been everywhere. All the movie premieres. We were live streaming Coachella, and it was literally every single commercial break.
Them. Yeah,
it was sponsored by them. So I have seen the ads for this up the wazoo, and for good reason too.
Yeah.
But we are reviewing today Sinners.
Yeah.
So trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan, kick us off. Ryan Coogler's newest project, Sinners. What were your thoughts coming out of this? I know we had seen it marketed everywhere. You were really, really hyped for this. We really enjoy Ryan Coogler, and we also were really glad to see Michael B. Jordan come back, along with a ton of familiar faces. This cast was stellar. Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts coming out of this film?
You know, this movie is a fantastic pure art of cinema. It really is. It's been such a long time since we've gotten anything original, and I do want to say that, that's not an adaptation. That's not hasn't been IP'd already and everything with Star Wars, that's IP'd, it's Harry Potter, the main genre stuff. And so the main pop culture stuff. And so to see something that's very original and that has an ideal concept of the 1930s, knowing during the era that is, it just...
I think it's also in Mississippi.
In Mississippi, yeah. So you kind of deal with that. But I like how it doesn't really steer focus mainly on that. I mean, it kind of focuses on that time period because you're setting in the atmosphere, and I love that. But it focuses more on the story between Smoke and Stack, which is the twin brothers played by Michael B. Jordan. And I did also read up that they actually were originally planning to have Jonathan Majors play, I believe, Stack. And so I'm actually happy to see the acting chops, of Michael B. Jordan, to see his dynamic character development between two different people, and it just really shows the acting chops of this guy. And so I'm
amazing.
I mean,
so amazing.
Yeah, would I say that Jonathan Majors would really add a little touch to this? I think so, but at the same time, though, we got to see the acting caliber of Michael B. Jordan and everything I've seen him. I mean, ever since the first acting thing I saw him in was in Friday Night Lights. It was a TV show in there, and then
and then Fruitvale Station,
which pays homage because, come to find out, Ryan Coogler's one of his very first independent directorial film was the film that stars in this movie, Michael B. Jordan. So it pays homage to that. I love that. I love it when great cinema, just like Christopher Nolan, great cinema, people working together. We have a great relationship. Let's keep that going. Let's make films. Now, going back to this one and everything, we get to see how really supernatural groups of vampires. And I gotta admit, this is so damn witty. The music is fantastic. It's beautiful. It pays homage to the blues. It pays homage to the whole aspect of just kind of being in that set realm, that setting, that time period, if you will, as being a Black American and everything. And we get to see that a lot. But Angela, what did you think of this movie?
I think one of my first impressions was everyone in the cast. I know we always usually say everyone does a good job, but holy cow. Everyone was every major character just blew me out of the water. Everyone just ate and left no crumbs, right? Mm-hmm. I gotta give super special props to Jack O'Connell, who played the lead villain vampire, the Remick.
Yeah.
Gosh, he was so good. And I haven't seen him in other stuff. I know. But he was just so good. Like you say, he's witty, he's funny. Mm-hmm. It's just his little Irish singing, dancing moment. Mm-hmm. That tune was real catchy.
Yeah.
When everyone's dancing outside.
Irish, they look at
that was so cool.
Good.
He was a top-notch vampire villain, I will say. And I liked a lot of the special effects that we got in this, because it's a vampire. You get like people biting each other, and like
it was actually
fantastic.
It was enough gore, I would say. I wanted more, of course, just like anyone else, but I was very, very surprised because I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that much. What do you call it? Like storytelling, that much. It was surprised action, vampire action sequences, or surprising, and I really was.
and like the other cast too, because you have like Delroy Lindo, Haley Steinfeld. I mean, we love her and everything.
Love Haley Steinfeld, yeah.
Omar Benson Miller, and also Wunmi Masaku. I think we had just recently seen her in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
But again, everyone and their roles, like you just love them so much, and it's such a well thought out film. Like everything is purposeful, and oh my gosh, it was just done so well. It was captured, shot beautifully. I would love the chance to rewatch this and like I know people were watching in a 70 millimeter in IMAX.
Yeah, we saw it in RPX.
We did not get a chance to see it in IMAX.
I do want to see it in IMAX or 70 millimeter.
And knowing that there's a lot of attention to detail here, that I want to watch it a second time to catch all those things you miss. You know what I mean? Like as the buzz gets out and people talk about things that they talk about, I want to rewatch it to get that feeling. Like, oh yeah, I missed this the first time. And I just will say I cannot wait. I know this is a standalone film. I don't think they're going to get like a sequel or anything like that. No. But I can't wait to see what else Ryan Coogler cooks up, because I think everything he's done so far is just a smash hit. This included. And I just cannot say enough good things about this film. Like it was so enough to get people talking. And I really, really enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of the supporting cast as well. I mean, Ryan Coogler did a fantastic job getting the right kind of actors to really support Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld as well, and being Haley Steinfeld a supporting role, and getting to really see their dynamic between the characters and everything. One of my favorite characters, of course, was he playing Cornbread. He was the guard, or the what do you call it?
Like the bouncer.
The bouncer, yeah. I was just like, damn, that was good. So good. Omar Benson Miller. I loved him in so many different. He plays such great supporting roles. I mean, ever since 8 Mile, I saw him in 8 Mile.
So charming.
Yeah. There was another one. I think I forgot he was in Ballers too. I forgot he was in Ballers, but there's another one with Eddie Davis. I think that was him. There was another film. It's a football movie, The Express. I forgot he was in there. Great movie, and so you really get to see him really have these caliber moments, these exquisite moments, especially playing these supporting roles, and you really get to fall in love with every role he gets. I just feel like he plays the likable characters, and I feel like he really does a very good job at those. But sadly, sadly the outcome of his, it wasn't too pleasant. But at the same time, though, we got to see Michael B. Jordan play two different characters, and I know the dynamic and everything. They distinguished him. One of the great things that I really appreciate about Michael B. Jordan, of course, was the fact that he actually did, if I'm not mistaken, two different accents.
Yes.
Which I thought was freaking genius. For one, I don't know if that was Michael B. Jordan. I have to look more up into it, but I don't know if that was Michael B. Jordan's idea or if that was Ryan Coogler's. But the way that they not only was the costume to show us the difference, because it's the same character, it's the same person. Essentially, they got to see a little bit hidden touch the details between the same character. We saw the golden tooth in one of them, the front golden tooth, and then we get to see like Red and Fire, almost like the red, red suit, the blue suit. One had stacked because he had money, the other was just more aggressive.
Yeah, like it's like not just acting two different personalities, but like just his demeanor.
Yeah,
you could instantly tell on screen who was Smoke and who was Stack.
Yeah,
and I thought that was genius. Like I think
it was
great, and also I will say Miles Catton, who played Sammy Moore, the singer, the young blues singer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Rising star. Yes, he is wonderful. And then also special shout out to Buddy Guy, who was the old version of him, of Sammy Moore. Great music, man. Legend. So I will say the cast A++++, because it was such a stacked cast. Yeah. Ryan Coogler outdid himself with this one. I agree, for an original vampire story, because vampire stories are, been there, done that, tried and true adaptation. But this was
so many Dracula movies, but this one's an original ideology, if you will, and kind of puts like, what if there's vampires? Like, it just, I almost want to be in the mind of Ryan Coogler and be like, what thought process and everything, and he wanted to make the blues. He wanted to not to be different, and I get to see that horror blending really mixture in here, cool, and it was just very out there, and it hasn't been done, and it's just, that's the beauty about filmmaking and everything, and to come to show that he actually asked Christopher Nolan for help for certain, I believe it was certain scenes and certain camera stuff. I believe I can't, don't quote me on the camera stuff, but if I'm not mistaken, he asked him to do like just his advice on certain scenes. And I was like, damn, that's just, that comes to show how much respect Ryan Coogler has on Christopher Nolan, on being a filmmaker. He is an Oscar winner by freaking well-deserved for Inception. But anyways, Oscar winner and everything. So you get to really see, like, he respects him. It's respected in the cinema and the film community, and I love that. And Ryan Coogler, man, I remember when he first did Black Panther. That was one of the first Black Panther. And I remember we went to go see the premiere for it. We had a press thing for it, and God, that movie got nominated for Best Picture for good reason, because it was so beautifully done. Yeah. I mean, Chadwick Boseman, it's such a beautiful film, and it really stood apart from the Marvel movies. Even to this day, we watch it every now and then because it's like, it's so good. The really soundtrack's amazing. Everything's great about it. And because it stands on its own. You take the Black Panther out of it, take the Marvel out of it, it's a freaking amazing story. Yeah. And that's the thing too. When it comes to like filmmaking and IP, if you take away the general IP, the Star Wars, is the story still going to make sense? Is the it's everything, and it just comes to show like what great storytelling really comes upon and everything. So I really enjoyed this movie, written by Ryan Coogler and everything, and so I cannot wait to see the next movie he really does.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm so ready.
I think the movie community is really gonna be like, holy crap! Like, I can't wait for another movie. But
this definitely needs the award recognition, because it 100% deserves it. I hope there's several nominations, all different categories. I really feel like this is going to be a solid film in the running for next year. Honestly, I do. And we will say there are 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
Be sure to stick around for those.
Yeah.
We're not going to mention those just because we want to give y'all a chance to come up with your own interpretation. Mm-hmm. But just FYI, there are 2 different post-credit scenes. And again, if you have the chance to see it in a theater, please do. It is such a cinematic experience to have, the huge screen, the awesome sound format. Like, it's just, you have to see it in a theater.
And also what I do want to recognize as well is the really haunting visuals, and you really get to see how the vampires just pick each other off, and it's just so crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's so damn like anxiety is up in the air, and you're just rooting for the
edge on the seat. You are on the edge of your seat.
And I love how the storytelling we got out of all the characters, because it's set up. It introduced us to all the characters, and then puts them in this situation where they're just getting eaten off essentially, and they're getting turned, and you really get to care about all of them. You really do, because you give them each, and it's not even a big backstory. You just give them a semi 5-minute, like, you get to see, okay, that person has a daughter, that person lives this, that person works on the field.
Like, charming,
it's
funny.
It's real quick, and you get to really see them interact with their significant other, and I love that, because it just shows like their character, how they are around their loved one, around their family. Why are they here? Why are they at this blue house, or at this blue club, or however you want to call it, on the House of the Blues and everything. So why are they doing this? You get really a backstory of that, because in the end they all need money, and it's a job, and it was a setup in a way. So I really did love what I really did love about this movie was the eyes of the vampires was really good.
That's crazy.
God, they were good. And then did you notice the eyes were different color? I don't know if you noticed that. The Michael B. Jordan, whenever I'm not gonna sorry, I didn't mean to, let's just say whenever when certain characters turn to vampires, but they kind of touched up on it in the trailer already.
Yeah, they say like, they show the scene where that's not your brother.
So Michael B. Jordan's the one that turns to a vampire, his eyes are different color than the original vampire, or the original. So I thought that was it paid attention to detail. I'll say that.
Yeah, again, everything is just so well thought of. Like, everything, and that's just testament to great storytelling.
Yeah,
great writing.
Yeah.
Great thought and care, and just project, and it paid off so much, because I have seen nothing but good things on social media about so many different, like you said, all the characters, not just Michael B. Jordan, but just every single character, and even like random ones. I know there was a scene where they had Native American
the Indians,
hunting them,
yeah,
and people, even though there was just a quick scene, people cared about that. Like, it was just so cool to see people care about everything in this film, and I thought that was such a great
it's attention to detail because they were around. They were still around.
So it's just so much
they're still around. Thought
went into this, and I will say I really, really appreciate that.
Pay attention to detail, and I love that they did the research,
recognition. So I'm really hoping that this gets nominated for next year.
I really do. It gets nominated for something, but we'll find out when it comes to award season, and just depending what comes out the remainder of the year. I just feel like it came out if they were picking, they're not aiming for awards. They really aren't, because usually if you're aiming for awards, you would schedule this to come out in October, which I mean, at the end of the day, would it have been better to come out in October? Maybe. I don't know. It's Halloween season. I don't know. But at the same time, though, is that people are recognizing how the work of art of cinema, and they're recognizing it because everyone's talking about this movie, not just us. But all right, guys, ratings, Angela, what do you give a rating? 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. What do you give this rating?
So it was such a good one. Like I said, I immediately wanted to watch it again.
Oh, we're gonna see it again.
After I really want to like look at everyone's theories about, because again, it's very open, and you have a lot of questions unanswered when you leave the theater. Yeah, and I like that because it makes people talk online. It makes people say, "I have this interpretation. I have this interpretation," and so I love reading people's thoughts and opinions and theories, if you will, about the movie. And I think that, like I said, I think that's purposeful. That's such a testament to a great film. So I would give it a solid 9.5 because it was such a really, really well done film. Yeah,
I'm gonna do a solid 9.3 out of 10. I'm almost at that 9.5 marker. I really enjoyed this movie. Michael B. Jordan. I've always been a fan of his acting. I've always been a fan of seeing him just different roles ever since Friday Night Lights, Fruitvale Station. He's Creed. Done a Creed. He was in Black Panther too. Like, it just like Killmonger. I loved him in Killmonger. I loved him. Yeah, in Creed 1, 2, and 3. Like, he was great. He's still great, and I can't wait to see. I know we saw him in Black Panther, but I would really, because he has a great relationship with Warner Brothers. It would be cool to see him as a DC hero or villain.
And I think we were watching the film, and you're like, oh my god, that's the Warner Brothers lot.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I recognized it. I was like, yes. But all right, guys, thank you so much for making this a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan 680.
I'm Angela. This
is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and see you at the movies. Latest.